The 49ers back at Levi Stadium today to clean out their lockers after Super Bowl 58. Ouch. They're now going to head their separate ways for the offseason, but General Manager John Lynch said Sunday's loss is going to be one they'll have to live with for a lifetime.
Everyone's grieving. It's not just going to be okay right away, but you understand that the only thing you can do is use this fuel to propel us forward, and that's where our mindsets are at, or at least where they will arrive at some point. Right now, there's a lot of people who are hurt.
The game, how have you been able to process your emotions, and then seeing the guys here today? Obviously, there's some finality to this season. Just getting your thoughts on that.
Yeah, it's still tough, still stings and hurts. I think that right now, just it's okay to feel like this, but eventually we're going to have to move on and get ready to go for next year.
How long does it take that process of moving on?
Good question. I have no idea.
Is it different? How different is it from last year? You had a disappointment last year too. How is that process going to be different, you think?
I don't know. I think you just take it one day at a time, just like anything, and every day you just wake up, try to be the best version of yourself.
The older guys, the coaches, our fan base, everybody. It sucks. We're right there. Went to overtime. Had an opportunity, it sucks. But I mean, that's the game that we play, and you got to find a way to sort of have it fuel you and have that roll into next year, like with that taste in your mouth. So, yeah.
Have you watched it back yet, or is it still kind of too fresh?
Yeah, I haven't even watched it yet, so it's just all the emotions and stuff from the season, and just showing my love to my guys, my teammates. That's where my focus has been. But when the time is right, I'll watch it. And
is there a play that sticks out to you? A regret that you have about a play that possibly was there that guys just couldn't make?
There's things that happen, throughout the game. Like second half, I just wish, we would have been on. With the opportunities that we had with, their turnovers or our defense getting stops. I just keep thinking about, those 3 and outs that we had, and one opportunity we had to go take control of the game. And so, there's a couple plays where, I think I would have hit BA on some of the reads. But outside of that, it's just a culmination of the whole game. Like, you could have done a million things, right? And so, at the end of the day, it's a team sport, man. And as a team, I think we all could have done a little bit better in some areas and stuff. But we win and lose together. So
you mentioned the Chiefs playing man-to-man coverage, a lot more man-to-man coverage than you were expecting. Was that one of the reasons why, maybe the throws to BA and the throws to Devo were, not as prevalent as they normally are?
Yeah, I think just whatever our play call was, and then obviously them playing man. Maybe it wasn't something that we just weren't expecting a whole lot of, and they, it's a credit to the Chiefs, secondary. They did a good job with getting hands on our guys pretty early and really just being sticky and being right on them. So that's just sort of how it goes. I think we all have to learn from it and understand what we can do better next time, because I feel like teams will obviously watch it and try to have that kind of plan for the next season. So that's just sort of how it went. We got to learn from it, but I still feel like regardless, we still had opportunities to win the game outside of them just playing man coverage, but they did it well, and it's a credit to them.
The blitz from McDuffie on that play, in hindsight, were you supposed to go to Juwan there, or if you had known, pre-snap that McDuffie could be coming, could you have gone to Ayuk?
Yeah, regardless, I'm supposed to read it inside out. JJ was hot, and feel like going to him in a man-to-man situation is sort of what I was thinking. But with him blitzing, I think there was an opportunity for me to hit BA there, and that's something that I have to learn from and be real with myself about. I told BA obviously, I wish I would have hit you there, or at least attempted to go to you. But at practice, I've hit the outside slant a million times in that cover 0, and having our receiver win outside. And obviously I trusted JJ to win a contested ball like it was going to be. So that's just what happened in the moment.
There were a handful of times they had free runners coming through the game. I know sometimes that's just a numbers game. You can't get enough blockers on it. But were there communication issues at all with protection or anything that you could sense throughout the game?
I mean, yeah, there were some things, but that's just, the game of football, man. Defenses do a good job of disguising things or dialing things up and catching us off guard. I feel like everybody's mindset and the offense going into the game was where it needed to be. We're prepared, but the Chiefs did a good job scheming things up and like I said, like catching us off guard at some points, and that's part of the game. That's football. So for me to have to move around and extend stuff if there's a guy up the middle or whatever, like that's part of it. Obviously, you don't want that to be the case all the time, but they did a good job. But that's just how it went.
Sorry. On the 3rd and 4 that you're talking about, I mean, Chris Jones was on you fast, but you're saying you still could have made a quicker decision. Is that right?
I think that was a different. Are you talking about the?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, different ones.
My
yeah,
bad. My
yeah.
bad.
That one. You
Third, yeah, 3rd and 4th and 9 in overtime.
Yeah, I mean that one. Yeah, that was a tough situation there. I don't know if I could have made a quicker decision or not. I was trying to be safe with the ball, and obviously JJ opened up, but I didn't know where the corner was at by the time I released the ball, and I was trying to be safe and smart with it, and knew that we can get a field goal on the next down. So that's where my mindset was at. But just throughout the game before that, there was some other plays where it happens and you got to make a play. So that's what I meant by that.
Were you aware of the new overtime rules in the moment that the Chiefs were going to get the ball back no matter what, or were you under the impression you were driving down for the win potentially?
No, I knew. Before that, I asked Greasy on the sideline before we went into overtime, like, hey, just to clarify, like, what are the rules? And he goes, it's the playoffs. So he explained the rules to me and everything. So I had an understanding of it.
Brock, do you have to
Brock,
do
when you
any,
woke
any
up
kind
Monday
of,
morning, what was the first thing you thought of?
Obviously the game, us, how we came up short. Obviously it's a sucky feeling, but I also am trying to have the perspective of, all right, this is happening for a reason. It's all part of all of our stories and stuff and our testimonies. So that's sort of the hope that I have for it. And more than anything, just being grateful for the kind of season that we had with the guys in this locker room, this team, this organization. We got to the Super Bowl. We went to overtime. We fell short of it. It sucks. We wanted it. We gave our all this year. But man, I had the opportunity to do it with some really good people, and I'm thankful for that.
What kind of maintenance do you have to do on your arm this offseason, Brock? And obviously it's going to be, you'll have more time, I would guess, to prepare for this coming season since you won't be going through full rehab like last year.
Yeah, it'll be nice to, sort of work on my craft, get a real legit off season in. Obviously last year, season ended, surgery, rehab, trying to get back for the season. So it was just all so fast and going a million miles an hour. So for me to be able to take a step away for a little bit and then I think just work on my mobility, obviously continuing with my arm strength and all that will be huge for me. So I'm excited, to get better, like truly get better at my craft.